So the first international break is here, and Blackburn Rovers will enter it on the back of a defeat. That's right, bit of a thriller, 5 goals in it. We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review. This time we're taking apart Blackburn Rovers' match. That's right, folks, back once again with another review. This time we're taking a look at Blackburn Rovers' latest match out in the Championship. And then we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to get your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related, all here under one roofski. That's right, boys and girls, it is Rovers. They took on West Brom at the Hawthornes, and it was a defeat. Now, before we get into that, I just want to let you know I've just arrived down south, deep south, still in the motor, still sweating. Hurricane Dorian, nowhere to be seen as of yet. Don't worry, though, I'll be out of here before that stuff gets here. But let's take a little look now, shall we, at the match in a bit more detail. We're going to break it down for you. Yes, we are. So the match took place at the Hawthornes, ended up as a 3-2 win for the hosts, West Brom. 23,792 folks were in attendance for this one. Rovers actually took the lead early doors. Bradley Dack with the opener. Barely a minute gone. Not even a minute gone, in fact. Rovers in front, and we look good for the first portion of this match. Well, the first 15 minutes, I would say. And then it was all West Brom. They turned the screw. Phillips got an equaliser on the 22nd minute before ex-England international Jake Livermore made it 2-1 with 31 minutes on the clock. And then they put us right under pressure on the 40th minute with Diangana with the third goal for West Brom. He absolutely ripped us apart. What a pickup he could be for West Brom this season. We did make it a little bit interesting as we added a second for ourselves before half-time. Bradley Johnson bumbling home his first goal officially in Rovers colours. To make it 3-2, and it definitely felt better for Rovers going into half-time 3-2, and that's right. Obviously, the teacups were flying. I imagine in the Rovers dressing room. Mowbray giving it what for, because the boys came out in the second half and they really took it to them, and we tried to find the equaliser. I think the highlight for me was a free kick. Bradley Dack set it up, Stuart Downing with a bit of a perler, hit the woodwork, but unfortunately no joy. So there was no further goals into the second half as West Brom held tight for the 3 points. Their first victory of the season and our first defeat in 4 league games for Rovers. But it is, when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, back-to-back defeats, including the one in the Cup midweek against Sheffield United and this one. Anyway, quick look at the stats now for you. 21 shots on the day for West Brom, 7 for Rovers. We did just nick possession, 50.1%. Those small margins do count, folks. 49.9% for West Brom. As for the pass success rate, West Brom did edge just 76% of their passes, went to the intended target. 73% for Rovers. They were more effective with the dribbles, and they just nicked us as well with the aerial battles, 18-17. We did fly in a few more tackles than they did, 25 to their 11, and they also had more corners than we did. Now, quick look at the starting 11s now for you. We have got Sam Johnston between the sticks, Ferguson, Bartley, Ajayi, Furlong. Who else we got? Livermore, Roman Sawyers even, Diangana, Pereira, Phillips and Austin up top. As for Rovers, it was Walton between the sticks. Cunningham returned. Oh, it was actually there in the midweek. But Cunningham, Williams, Lenihan and Bennett at the back four. Travis and Johnson, those 2 defensive midfield slots. Daccarino, Downing, Armstrong and Big Sam Gallagher was up front. Meanwhile, a quick look at my match ratings for you here. Morton with a 6. Cunningham got a 5. Williams got a 7. Lenihan got a 6. Bennett got a 6 as well. Travis with a 7. He actually did a bit of a dynamo performance in the second half. Bradley Johnson with a 6 as well with the goal score. He was only on there for 45 minutes, so he couldn't really add to that tally. Daccarino with a 7. Stuart Downing, what a player he could be for us with a 7. He is just, despite the age, he's a magician when it comes to it. 7 for him, 6 for Armstrong, 5 for Gallagher. It is worrying when you look at the likes of Armstrong, Gallagher, and even Graham, the lack of goals that we're scoring through them at the moment. But anyway, there's just my match ratings. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the old comment section down below how you thought Rovers got on. Some more stats for you here, folks. 389 passes for West Brom, 397 for Rovers. As for touches, West Brom did have more than us, 573, compared to our 563. And down the bottom there, you can have a little look where all the shots took place. And how many were on target as well? 2 straight down the throat for Walton, and there's a 3. One in the top right-hand bins. 2 low ones for Walton, unfortunately. As for on the flip side, both Rovers goals in the bottom right-hand corner. So there, and as you can see on the graphic there, it shows you whereabouts all the shots took place. As you can see, very, very busy area for Walton today. And that's reflected right here on the heat maps. If you're a heat map man just like me, you'll revel in this. Shows you that the hot area of concern for the match was Walton's spot. So, and maybe a little bit on the left-hand side of West Brom's defensive third. But yeah, I'm not gonna think long and hard about this one. Obviously, the result against Sheffield United was a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but this one also was expected. You know, I would have taken a point at kick-off. But hey, you know, we're not going to be able to keep clean sheets throughout the whole season. You know, let's get this one done and dusted, brush it under the carpet. We'll go again after the international break. Hopefully everyone comes out of it and recharged, and we've got a couple of little fringe players coming back into it. Dominic Samuel scored a couple of goals midweek, so in the under-23s. So maybe he could push forward and maybe get into reckoning to be one of our strikers for this season. Quick look at what else has gone on this weekend in the Championship. Earlier on Friday, it was a 1-1 draw between Cardiff City and Fulham. Bit of trouble perhaps for Cardiff at the minute. They cannot seem to get themselves a win. Meanwhile, the early kickoff on Saturday was another draw. Bristol City 2, Middlesbrough 2. Sheffield Wednesday succumbed to a defeat. QPR picking up an away win 2-1 at Hillsborough. Birmingham also snatched a victory from the noses of Stoke after they were leading 1-0. 2-1 final score for Birmingham. Charlie Mulgrew, clean sheet for him as Wigan kept Barnsley at Bay 0-0. Lastminute.com winner for Swansea City puts them top of the pops. 1-0 loss for Leeds at Ellen Road. Luton also picked up a victory for Huddersfield Town. They are in complete disarray right now. 2-1 victory for Luton. Charlton surprised everybody once again with a late win. Couple of goals for them. 2-0 away at the Majewski, beating Reading. 1-1 final score, Millwall Hull. Obviously the game of the weekend, 5-goal thriller right here at Hawthornes. Meanwhile, Preston managed to pick up a point at the City Ground, drawing with Nottingham Forest, and Brentford took on Derby and they won 3-0. Next weekend, it's not next weekend, it's next time out in the Championship. Derby will take on Cardiff, Fulham will take on West Brom, QPR Luton, Middlesbrough against Reading, Hull against Wigan, Stoke Bristol City, Swansea City against Nottingham Forest, Preston against Brentford, Charlton Birmingham, Huddersfield Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley against Leeds. That's a bit of an all Yorkshire affair. But the game of the weekend, you can catch me live over on Twitch. That's right, Rovers against Millwall at Ewood Park, Saturday the 14th of September. So stick around. There'll be a lot of build up towards this because we'll be doing this live on Twitch as a Blackburn Rovers sees watch along. I'll be bringing you up to speed with all the other games taking place within the Championship and across Europe even, with a lot of stats and stuff. We'll be back by then, hurricane and all. So yeah, stick around for that. Quick look at the state of the state play and the Championship. Swansea City are number 1, Charlton are number 2. Those are the 2 automatic spots. Leeds are 3rd, West Brom 4th, Bristol City 5th, and Fulham are in 6th spot. As for the relegation zone, it is Stoke and Huddersfield, both with 1 point. Wigan are in there as well with 4 points on the board, 22nd spot as well. Rovers, though, not too good myself, 17th spot for us. So yeah, but still as it stands, 1 win away from the playoffs. So let's take a step back, boys, and just think about that. Quick look at the current goal scorers, and it is Lyle Taylor and Mitrovic, alongside Heigl, who's proven to be a bit of a good pickup for QPR, and Bastian from Swansea. So a 4-way lead for the outright goal scorer. Bamford's also got a chance in there with 4 goals. Grant, Graben, Johnson and Watkins all got 4 goals to their names, and Waghorn is in the mix as well in the top 10 spot. As for the assist, it's Swift Williams with 4, Kelly's got 3, Johnson's got 3, and Lecco has got 2 for Charlton. So yes, you heard a little bit what I had to say. What did the gaffe have to say short after the final whistle? Well, here he is with his words of wisdom.
Started well, yeah, I suppose so. I think you go into every game with a game plan. I think we wanted to try and take them out of their rhythm a little bit, and because they're a very good side. In all the games we've watched, they're a very, very high possession-based team and play good positional football. We managed to nick it off them early on and score. And then ultimately, I think we shot ourselves in the foot whilst they know they were going to have a fair bit of possession. I think we weren't anywhere near as good in possession as we were midweek. You've seen both games, you know. That's why I made the changes at half time. We have to be better with the ball. We have to be braver. We have to keep the ball off good teams, because otherwise, if you just keep giving it back to good teams, they just keep coming and they're going to score. So I think that's what happened first half. We just give up possession too easily, really, trying to score on a transition too much. You know, Sam, Adam running away from the ball rather than coming and getting a touch of the ball, really. And we just need to get some more technical footballers on the pitch, which is what we did, and I think it changed the balance of the game. I thought particularly the first 20-25 minutes of the second half we were really on top, and you know, I'm disappointed that the goal that was scored was disallowed for a foul. I have watched it back. I think the referee's trying to see through 8 to 9 players, and I'm pretty sure he didn't see it. I think he just played safe and give a foul. So there you go, that's football. We huffed and puffed a bit second half. They had some chances as we gambled a little bit, pushing our fullbacks right on, and ultimately we didn't get any points, so that's the disappointment. A bit of individuality, I think, really. I'm not sure. I think Greg, for the first one, probably thought the goalie was coming, and that's, I don't know what he was doing, to be honest. It's I'm assuming he thought the goalie was coming, so he was trying to buy some time by sort of checking his run and trying to block the boy who eventually scored. But when he looked up, the goalie was 30 yards away in his 6-yard box. So I'm assuming, if you're looking for an explanation for that, I'm sure that was just miscommunication between the two. Greg should have just dealt with the ball and cleared it, in my opinion. The third one, Dara, probably, I don't know, change of mind. He in two minds. He got caught in possession. A little just ran through and scored. It's what else do you do? I don't think there's any organisational stuff on that. I think that's just an individual error that he'll be disappointed with, and we just need to keep pushing on with him. He's been fantastic for us over the last few weeks, and I'm sure he will continue to be. It was a tough ask. The second goal, tough ask for Adam first half. Their right back played really high up the pitch, and because we weren't keeping the ball enough, Adam had to go back with him, and if we'd been better with the ball, you'd have found Adam playing higher and their defender playing deeper, but we kept giving him the ball. He could just stand up there, and it became really difficult. Adam didn't defend the situation very well. Ultimately they scored, but so we can break all the goals against down, and probably the pleasing thing of it, if it's not pleasing, that's the wrong word, but they were more individual than the team's shape or organisation that caused us problems. So second half we got better at it. As I say, I thought the first 25 minutes second half we were pretty good and give them lots of problems, didn't take any opportunities, and we ultimately lost the game 3-2. Communication, no, I don't think so. Good footballers need to do their jobs, really, and I think generally we have been doing our jobs. I think the defence has been really solid, and communication, that's fine. I think first goal, as I said, I think Greg assumed the goalie was coming and he wasn't, and so just get his head up and have a look and then just clear the ball, really. Dara just caught in two minds. Adam trying to do a defensive job and got caught out. So I don't know whether it's communication or whether that's just keep working on it as we do, and so taking the plaudits for the 3 clean sheets on the bounce, we have to take the negatives when some goals go in against us, and that's okay. We'll keep working away as a team and try and find a way to win.
Well, you heard what the gaffers had to say, and you heard a little bit what I had to say. Now, what about the fans? Well, I had the Aussie Rover. He's got his verdict coming at you.
Well, it was an entertaining game, and in the end, the result wasn't quite what we liked, but there was a lot good about that performance. Nevertheless, the initial lineup just surrendered the midfield, and I just don't see how we can do that against good teams away from home. A poor period of defending really let us down. But in the second half, Travis and John Buckley, 2 young lads, did us proud. So many things to like about that performance. We can hold our own, but we've got to start getting some results. And those green socks, they really stood out. How much better would it be if those shirts were green and grey halves? Anyway, hopefully it'll be a good international break for our players, and we'll come back stronger and start getting some results.
What about the Baggies? What about their fans? What did he have to say? Well, he's got his words of wisdom coming at me right about now.
Okay, so this is my reaction to the Blackburn versus West Brom game that happened today. I'm not going to go through it step by step, but what I am going to say, I think is the correct result, but maybe not the correct scoreline. I think that the first guy who scored, don't get me wrong, he took it really well, Bradley Dack, and I said it earlier on this week that Bradley Dack is a quality player and we tried to sign him, but defensively, what was we doing? Romain's first didn't get the nod, that was behind him. I just think passing out from the back last season hurt us really bad and again same scenario. But when we got back into the game, Matty Phillips' goal was just pure determination. Great finish as well under the keeper. After the first 10 minutes, we controlled it. I said earlier as well that earlier this week that Bradley Dack would score, and his goal, possibly the best goal in the championship this weekend. I mean, pace, quickness, and the chip of the keeper was just a delight. He was brilliant. So I've got a feeling he's going to get recorded in January, just like Harvey Barnes. But if we keep hold of him, he's a top player, really top player. Your second goal, again, I think Kyle Bartley tried to clear it, but come off Austin, and then it's a tap in for you. It's like 2 defensive errors that we've had in that game cost us 2 goals. And I know that Stuart Downs, I think it was Downing hit the post for you, but I don't think you proper challenged us. Like the second half, I think you more stopped our momentum than gave us something to think about. I think we should have. I reckon we could have scored again, but at the end of the day, I'm happy 3 points, still unbeaten, 4th in the league. I want to quickly say that people start the season was worried about how Albion won't get as many goals as last season with Jay Rodriguez and Dwight Gale, but I'm pretty sure we're 1 goal behind top scorers this season in the league. And I think this Albion team reminds me a little bit of Derby's last season with Mount, Lawrence and Wilson, who were their midfielders chipping in. They didn't really have a top goal scorer, Derby, like as a striker, and we did. We had 2, but we never had midfielders chipping in. We didn't have the wingers to score goals. We just had Gale and J-Rod, but them 2 are gone. We've got Grady, Mateus Pereira today. I thought he was brilliant. Set up both 2 goals. His free ball for Phillips, the vision was brilliant as well. Kyle Edwards also coming to his prime. Yeah, so good result. I think definitely the right result. The scoreline, I think you got lucky with, not lucky with both goals, but we could have dealt with them. Well, we could have stopped them happening. I want to say that other than today, I don't think Blackburn will get relegated. I think you've got a good enough team to stay up and fight. But I've said it earlier to a friend that without Bradley Dack, Blackburn doesn't have a standout player. Like Dack is your main point, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I reckon they'll stay up. I want to say after I think we've got enough to get out of the league. I think we should get promoted this season. I'm hopeful, and I think that if we do, without thinking too far ahead, but Slaven Bilic has got the right name and knows enough players to bring in. So if that comes in, then that comes in. Next few games, I think we've got Fulham away after the midweek break. Is it Fulham first? Or is it Huddersfield? I know that we got Leeds, Fulham, Huddersfield away, and who's the home game? No, we haven't. Sorry, we've got Fulham, Leeds, and so bad. We've got Huddersfield at home and QPR away. That's it. My bad. So yeah, the next 4 games, so 10 games, I reckon we go unbeaten. Big shout, as we've got Fulham and Leeds away, but I mean, look at Leeds today at home, all possession, shots. They can see in the 90th minute to Swansea. Now, don't get me wrong, Swansea's been doing good, but at home, Leeds, you've got to be putting your games away and not losing. Like that's the thing about Albion as well. Like we've been at home against Reading, and we got a late goal. Even though the ref was poor in that game, but we got a late goal. Away at Derby, got a late goal. Teams like us, like Swansea, and I think like Charlton, Well, you need a team to get out of this division. You need goal. We need to grind out results, for one, and you need to score. Like Leeds, I think Albion's scoring every game this season, and Leeds haven't. That's their problem. I want to say against Stoke lost to Birmingham, which is a bit, I wouldn't say a shock, but Stoke's shocking. 6 games in, Stoke and Huddersfield 1 point each. Huddersfield just got relegated, got 1 point in 6. Shocking. And Stoke's always tipped to go up, but look at them. I don't know how they're coping, to be fair. Yeah, other than that, I think good result for us. Unlucky for you, but that's the way it is. I think I reckon you'll do all right though. I don't think you should worry. Yeah, long way to go in the season though. But hope your channel goes well, and I'll see you later, guys.
Well, that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day on the channel. It's going to get a little bit wobbly over the next couple of days. I am out of the office for a while, but the videos hopefully will still come. The internet down here sucks, man. It's absolutely terrible. I'm really lucky to get this baby online. But anyway, give me your thoughts and opinions about the match in the comment section down below. Yes, I will be back, heading back up the road on Tuesday, so hopefully well clear of any niff naff and trivia up here. So yeah, it's not great, you know. I was hoping to go into the break with a bit of mojo, but I think it was expected when you look at and when we look back at the first 5 games of the season, or whatever it was, maybe even 6 games of the season. What was it? Charlton, I think we expected to win that one. Fulham, I expected a defeat in that one. Middlesbrough, I was expecting an iffy result on that one. Hull, I was expecting a possible, because that was at Hull away as well. That was tricky. In Cardiff at home. So out of those 5 games, realistically, I probably would have taken a point at Cardiff. I probably would have taken a point at Hull. Probably would have taken a point at against Middlesbrough. 3 points against Charlton, and maybe a defeat. I probably would have expected six points out of those 5 games, and then the West Brom game was another one of those that was especially away from home, was debatable. So realistically, with 7 points on the board, we are one more than my expectations coming at it this time around. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think about the opening month for Rovers? Obviously, no Manager of the Month campaign for Mowbray, not this time. But hopefully we can duke it out better, because I think the next 3 games for Rovers are more favourable. If we can get points on the board then, and now that the Carabao Cup business is out the way, we can start focusing primarily on the league. But anyway, that, my friends, is all I've got for you. Give me your thoughts and opinions in your comment section down below. And we go again pretty soon. Until then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.